Hello. Okay, I think I'm live. I'm live. Hello, can anyone? Hello, everyone. Can anyone hear me? Okay, let's give us another 5 minutes. I believe some people are trying to connect. So let's give everyone another 5 minutes to join us. If we have 3 or 4 people, I believe we can kick off. Oh, great, 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 great. All right, I can see. Okay, we have 2 people. We have 2 people. Okay, that's great. Fantastic. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. So let's give another 3 minutes or so to some that are trying to connect, and then we'll kick off. The session is not going to be a very long one. This is our first session. So we're going to keep it short. What we are basically trying to do is to talk to us generally about what online tutoring is about, and then also to try to get feedback from those who have applied for some of the opportunities that were recently advertised, like the TutorKids online tutoring opportunity, and then how to prepare for that role and also how to succeed in the role. So, and then there's going to be a question and answer session where everybody will be free to ask questions about anything at all, challenges that we are facing so far, particularly as it relates to some of the applications we have submitted to some of the online tutoring platforms and other things that may concern online tutoring. So I'll be here and I will be working with the expert tutor to answer some of your questions. So let's give another 4 to 5 minutes thereabouts for some more people to join us, and then we can kick off. I will try to reach out to some of them privately because I'm aware of some. Because basically, we organized this live session because a number of people reached out to us asking questions relating to online tutoring, and some were particularly concerned about some applications that they submitted, because we are aware that some applied for the TutorKids opportunity, some have been accepted into the TutorKids platform, some have not heard back from TutorKids, and I am perhaps some have not also applied. So they asked questions about how to complete their profile for those who got the opportunity. So we wanted to take this time to answer some of those questions. So thank you. I can see you, Teacher G. Thank you for coming. And I have seen we have another important guest, Mrs. Chioma Ejindo Okoro. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Let's wait a little for some people that are trying to connect. Okay, I think one more person has joined us. So please, if you can hear me, say hello. Oh, great. Okay, I've seen Mrs. Ekoma Ogoma. She's here with us. Thank you very much for joining us on this masterclass. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I think one more person. Okay, Gabriel. Oh, that's beautiful. Fantastic. Gabriel, welcome, welcome. And I have seen Quinette Amarachi, welcome. Thank you for coming. All right. So I can almost say that we have a full house. I can almost say that we have a full house, even though there are many more that are not here. Okay, more and more people are joining us. All right. Thank you all for coming. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, we'll be starting in a minute or two, so that we'll take. So it's going to basically it's going to be interactive. Okay. So if you have a question, you're free to ask your questions. You can drop it in the chat box, or you can. I believe you will be able to speak from where you are. Maybe you can try speaking. You know. All right. So without much ado, I think we can dive straight into what we have for today. So, all right. Okay. Hello, everyone, and good evening. My name is Teacher Chike, and I'm excited to welcome every one of you to this special YouTube live session. This is the first of its kind. This is the first time ever that we're having a YouTube live session, in our masterclass on this channel. So, we are going to be having these interactions more frequently in the days ahead. But for now, a number of people reached out to us asking questions. We all are aware about the recent opportunity advertised by TutorKids. TutorKids is a UK-based online tutoring platform, hiring tutors across the world, and mostly tutors from Nigeria, to teach people on their platform. So they recently advertised opportunities, and a number of us applied. Some have heard back from TutorKids, some have been accepted as tutors. And if you're here with us and you applied and you have been accepted. Anyway, we'll get to that. We'll get to that shortly. So, whether you are one of the teachers from our WhatsApp group or you just stumbled on this live stream, thank you for joining us tonight. So, basically, this session is very important because we are talking about something that is growing really fast and opening, new doors for teachers everywhere. And what is that? It's called online tutoring. Now, we'll be doing five major things tonight, and we're going to be very fast about it because we know you are all very busy people. And more importantly, we started this very late. So I have to apologize again for starting late. This is our first time uh, doing this. Next time is not going to be this late. So the five things we're going to be doing tonight are: number one, I will be there's going to be a little introduction to the world of online tutoring. You understand, especially for those who are new to the idea of online tutoring. And secondly, I will ask you to share your experience so far with the TutorKids application that we have done. Many of us applied for it. I'm aware that some were accepted, some are still going through the approval process. So we would like to hear back from you. What has been your experience? Number three, we have a special guest in the house. Her name is Mrs. Regina Ogoma. Now, she's a seasoned online English tutor. She's a tutor already with TutorKids. So she will be giving us some expert insight, you know, on online tutoring, how to prepare for that job role, and also how to succeed in that workspace. So, and the fourth thing will be we're going to have a question and answer session. So the floor will be thrown open for you to ask your questions, and get answers, real answers, not hypothetical answers, real answers, because we have in our midst an expert English tutor who also works for TutorKids. So, and then I'll come to wrap it up. Okay. So, by way of introduction, I'm going to be very brief. So, let me just paint a picture for those of us who are new to the idea. Let me paint a picture for you. Now, online tutoring simply allows you to teach from the comfort of your home while reaching students around the world. Now, it's flexible, rewarding, and it's something our people haven't fully tapped into yet. Now, let me explain. It's just similar to what you do, the conventional teaching that we do. Everybody goes to class physically. You meet your children, the students that you teach. You see them every day, face to face, and then you write on the board. The same things you find in the physical class, you also find in the online workspace. The only difference is that the ones in the online workspace, you don't get to feel them like the whiteboard you use in class. You feel it physically, you can touch it. But you also use a whiteboard in the online workspace. But this one is called a web whiteboard. It's a technology that you use to teach online. So you write on the board, the child you're teaching sees you at the other end, and he too is able to write on the board, and you, the teacher, will see the child. Whatever the child writes on the board, you get to see it. So you teach from the comfort of your home. That's simply what online tutoring is about. And it pays far more than the conventional teaching that we are used to. Okay? All right. So platforms like TutorKids, which is the organization that recently advertised openings that people applied for. So they are helping teachers earn globally without leaving their homes. Okay. So if you are passionate about teaching and ready to learn how to navigate online tools, this opportunity is definitely for you. So that will be the end of the introductory part. Okay. Now the second segment will be the feedback before I get to the expert tutor that we have in our midst. Now, I would like to hear from some of you. If you have applied to TutorKids, how has the experience been so far? Now, were you accepted? Are you still waiting to hear from them? Now, we would like you to drop your comments in the chat or raise your hand if you want to speak. Okay. Okay. Fantastic. Okay. Fantastic. Mr. Gabriel is saying, okay, how to go about lesson materials and introduction videos for topics as required for upload in the profile. Okay, okay, that's great. Now, a quick answer to that. I don't know whether at this point to bring in the expert tutor, but let me just give my simple answer response to that. Okay. Um, Going how to go about lesson materials. Now, I have told a few persons, and I'm repeating it here. Uh, Usually, there are two ways. It's either the child or the parents of that child come with a curriculum. You understand? For example, if you're teaching a child who is schooling in the UK, now they use the British curriculum. Okay. Now, if they are using the British curriculum and the parents are signing their child up on their platform, usually that parent will come with the curriculum they're using in their school to show you as the tutor so that you can align whatever you're teaching the child with whatever they are being taught at. So I was saying that there are countless online resources that allow where you can, like there's one called Twinkle. Twinkle. Okay. So when the expert tutor comes on board, she's going to talk to us a little more about Twinkle and to tell us how to access the resources available on Twinkle. Twinkle is a platform where you can get all kinds of curriculum, whether it's the British curriculum, Canadian curriculum, Australian curriculum, Nigerian, all curricula, you will find all of them on that platform. So you can just pull them from there. I think the monthly subscription is about 4,000 or thereabouts. It used to be 1,000, but it has been increased recently to 4,000 naira. So, but when the expert tutor comes on board, she's going to shed more light on that. So that's it about materials. There are resources online for you to access. Okay, Gabriel, I hope that answers your question. And what's the next thing? Okay, that's about all. Okay, it's the same.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. It's Teacher Gina here. Okay, so I will focus on two parts. The first one would be how to prepare for online tutoring, and then the second part would be how to succeed after getting the job. Please say hi in the comments if you can hear me. Okay, great. Thank you. So, the first part is how to prepare for online tutoring. First, we need to know is, do we have a deep knowledge in our subject area? If you can answer that question to be a yes, then next question you ask is, are you comfortable with technology? Because there's no way you're going to have an online session without involving technology. If you can answer yes to that, then you ask again, can I explain concepts clearly to different learning styles? If that would be a yes, then we can proceed to the next step, which would be setting up our workspace. Before you go into online teaching, I would like for us to understand something. It doesn't just end with, oh, I have a laptop, I have a mic, and stuff like that. No. One thing you agree with me is online teaching is more difficult, to be sincere. Online teaching is more difficult than physical classroom teaching, because in the physical classroom you can actually control your learners. You're there with them presently, you can control them. But in the online space, because you're not there with them physically, you have to use activities, tools, technology, things that would keep them in class, keep the things that will keep them engaged until the end of the session. So if you can explain clearly your concepts, also use different learning styles according to your learner's preference, though. Some learners are auditory, some are visual, some are kinetics. So the very first session you do with every learner is to access what learning style that learner needs. Then setting up your workspace. This is where we need the good lighting. We need to be familiar with softwares like Zoom, Google Meets. We need, of course, a laptop. We need a stable network as well as a backup, because we know that in Nigeria today, we can't 100% guarantee a stable internet. So yes, we do need a backup. But as a beginner, there are things we can do. Even if we don't own a laptop, we don't own a whiteboard, we don't own that kind of workspace, ideal workspace for an online tutor. As a beginner, there are things that we can use, that we must use. If you have a smartphone, you can start with that. If you are on the WhatsApp group, I'll be sharing there things you can use to begin your online sessions, hoping to improve on your work tools. Then choose a niche for yourself. You don't just say, "Oh, I can teach everything." Maybe because it's a KS1 student, people, or KS2. Because of that, I could teach everything. No, choose your niche. If you're going for maths or science, languages, TOEFL, SAT, whatever type of audience you want, stick to it. Then create a teaching plan. Create a teaching plan. I saw someone ask about lesson materials. Talking about lesson materials, we have tons of them. If you're confused about which one uh, to begin with, first of all, begin with the curriculum. If you're doing Canadian curriculum, Nigerian curriculum, the UK curriculum, whatever curricula you're using, you can actually find it online. If you need extra support, reach out in the WhatsApp group and it will be given to you. Then build your online presence. Platforms like LinkedIn play a great role in building your online presence as a tutor. Then the second part of this would be how to succeed after getting the job. Okay, now we've all landed, for example, we've all landed the tutoring job on TutorKids. Now, how do we succeed after getting that job? Like I said, if you don't have all the tools required, we can start small. So long as we have an internet, so long as we have uh, a phone, a smartphone, we can begin with that. I will further discuss how to do that in the WhatsApp group so as not to take our time here. So, for staying ahead of the game or for succeeding after getting the job, first is have a friendly intro. That is the icebreaker for every first session you have with your student. The moment you're able to achieve that, the moment you're able to bond with your student, that student becomes yours. Even if tomorrow you come to say, "Oh, I don't want to take this child anymore," you will see the parent of the child running after you. "Give us your own time." They'll be begging you, "Please give us your own time. We still want us to work with you." That is the first thing. The very first session you have with any child at all is build a bond. Then keep that student engaged. Gamification is one way to keep students engaged. If these were to be Zoom or some other platform, I would have shared one game that students love the most. That would be Kahoot. I don't know if some of us are familiar with that. Kahoot. Students love that the most. Then get students to refer you. When you build that online space with them, when you build that bond with them, get them to refer you. You find out students coming to the class. "Oh, my cousin is here. He wants to say hi. Oh, I'm at my friend's. She wants to say hello." And then from there, you keep getting referrals. Their cousins will refer their friends will refer their cousins, just like that. And you keep building your sessions. That is one way to stay in the online space. Then flexibility. Don't be too rigid. Oh, my prices are this. I set it at, for example, I set it at €20 or £25 per session. I don't go beyond that, or I don't go below that, this and that. No, flexibility is key as well. There are parents that will come in telling you, we need to increase classes, sessions for our child. Can you give us a discount? If you go with that, you're also buying the parents. Then the sale of ebooks is one way to also scale beyond. In closing, if you want to ask, oh, for example, how do I handle difficult students since I'm not there with them physically? Sometimes you see students coming into class already exhausted from their conventional classrooms. Sometimes adjust the methods. You just don't say, oh, this is the curricula and this is what we're doing today, so because of that I'm going to stick to that. No, sometimes flow with the energy you have in the room. If the student comes in for that day and says, oh, teacher, I'm so exhausted today, I feel like just telling stories and nothing more serious, okay, go with the storyline and relate that story into what you have for that day. I don't know if that makes sense. If it does, please indicate in the chat. If you have any other question, or if you have some things you want to be clear about, feel free to put that in the chat as I round up. So these are some of the ways to stay ahead after getting the job. Thank you.
Okay, I was saying, sorry, before I lost my connection. I'm sorry, the network here today is very poor. I don't know. But I don't know. Does anyone still have questions? something you want us to address before we go? If you have a question, you can drop it in the chat box. If you have no question, just say, I have no question. Okay, I will assume that we have no more questions. So one more time, I want to say thank you very much to all of you for finding time to join us in today's masterclass. And like I said, we're going to be having these interactions from time to time. And even off of the camera, I will also be reaching out to as many people as have indicated that maybe they have one challenge on the other with the application processes. We are going to do our best to reach out to you and to try to resolve some of those issues. So thank you very much, everyone, for coming to today's class. And from me, from Teacher Gina, and from all of us in Chike's Masterclass, it's good night to all of you, and bye for now.